Hey, what's up YouTube? Goratha here. So today I'm going to update you guys really quickly with how my 3.26 League launch went with the Saboteur Rolling Magma. A couple things I learned and a couple things I wanted to keep you guys up to date with. First off, I want to talk about Greater Volley versus Volley. So I was testing Greater Volley out. It seems like Greater Volley is better map clear speed while also being very similar single target damage. The reason for this, I believe, is that Greater Volley doesn't need slow proj to overlap every single time you cast, which makes it seem like it's pretty good single target, similar to Volley, but also way better for mapping. And this also allows you to use Fire Pen as your 6th link instead of swapping back and forth. Now, I still think slow proj is worth it, especially on big bosses, but this will be a little more consistent, I believe. Mana is a bit more of an issue than I was expecting, especially early on. The way I've been handling it is anointing Dreamer on my amulet and also using an Enduring Mana Flask. A couple reasons why mana is a bit more annoying. The minus mana craft recipe is gated behind a T14 map. There is a way to get it a bit earlier if you are like lower in map progression. You can complete all your T1 maps, like T5 maps, all the white map completion, and then use your scouting reports. This will be a higher chance to get like a Cold River, which is the T14 that comes from, on your white map Keurig mission. So once you do that, you can get the recipe earlier. Now, if you have minus mana and Dreamer, mana should be completely fine. If it's still a problem, you may have to keep using a mana flask until you solve it another way. Personally, for me so far, just one minus mana craft is almost enough to solve it, so I believe it should be pretty good. I don't have a 6th link yet, though, so I'm not sure how it's going to deal with the 6th link. Next thing I want to talk about is Mercenaries. There's quite a few Mercenaries that help a lot for this build. First mercenary that I used was the Zealotry Battlemage Cry Absolution Templar Mercenary. This guy's a beast. He summons a bunch of adds, like minions. They tank for you. He does a lot of damage early on. He also gives you Zealotry, which buffs your spell damage and your crit chance, and Battlemage Cry, which also buffs your crit chance even further sometimes. This guy's kind of insane. He also shocks. I threw a Pyro Shock spell on him, so he converts some of the enemy his damage into lightning. I found one randomly. Seemed pretty good. I'm trying out a Molten Strike Mercenary currently. This guy gives me Anger, Punishment, and Infernal Cry. This seems like it's even more damage, but he's higher level than the other guy, so I'm not sure if that's just because he's higher level. Less meat shield though, so it's a little sketchier for like fighting mercenaries. The really cool thing about the Templar Mercenary is I can kind of just stand way off screen and throw my Magma Mines, and his minions will kind of tank other mercenaries. I can just kind of off screen them that way. They'll cheese them a little bit that way. Because the mercenaries seem really, really, really overtuned. A lot of them can potentially one-shot you, and I'm playing on hardcore, so this is just like a nice little way to kind of cheese them a little bit. But yeah, they're very strong offensively. But also, I've heard that some people are getting Fortify and Endurance charges from the mercenary. This sounds really good defensively. Also an option. I haven't really ran into that yet, personally. But I'm going to try it out as soon as I see one. I want to talk about a couple things early on, and yeah, so 5 link is massive. A lot of people are having damage issues on a 4 link. The 5 link is so much more important for this build than most builds, because you really want Minefield and both Volley. Like Minefield and Volley are both really important, or Greater Volley. I'm honestly not sure which I prefer in the 4 link. Minefield is a bit clunkier, but it does more damage. Volley seems really mediocre kind of early on without Minefield, but it is like pretty okayish. You could also run Swift Assembly as on the 4 link instead of both of them as a temporary measure. The 4 link is a bit clunky. Get a 5 link as soon as you can. The way I recommend doing that is by saving all your gold up and gambling once you hit level 50. There's a pretty high chance you get a 5 link from the gambling from Fossis. I've got so many so far. That's how I got mine personally. Yeah, you can also go like into Heist or something, or if you're playing Trade League, just buy a 5 link as your first item. For bossing, I actually ended up respecking some of my tree early on. For like, when I got to the stone bosses, I grabbed Adjacent Animosity with the Chain Mastery, and this is how I got a little extra damage. I just dropped a couple life nodes, like I dropped Melding, for example. This will help a lot for overlapping on single target, and it seemed like it was worth it, but then again, I didn't test it without it, so yeah, something to keep in mind. I'll show you guys some footage of my hunger. The boss damage is I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay right now. I don't really have good gear at all. I'm able to kill the bosses on a 5 link with like pretty garbage gear, but it's not amazing either at the same time. It's like it's a little weird. I think the build will scale really hard though. Like gear is very important for this character, so keep that in mind. I would also say that you should probably farm Mercenary, or sorry, you should probably farm Merc Lab before you go into maps. Try to get level 18 or level 19 Rolling Magma or 20 quality. This will help a lot in terms of like your early map progression. Going from level 16 Rolling Magma to level 19 Rolling Magma will almost double your damage. So that's very, very solid, and it'll probably only take you like 30 minutes to do. Just farm a couple Merc Labs, get some gem XP, and you should be off to a good start. Quality on automation isn't important until you get a 2% CDR jewel, but that'll be really good later on. And quality on detonation mines feels really, really good for quality of life too. So you can go for those as well if you want. That's also what I did, but rolling magma is the important one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's pretty much everything that I've learned yesterday. I will keep you guys updated though, and I will probably make a big update video at some point this week. But this is what I've come up with in the last day. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you guys are having a good league start, and I'll see you guys next time.